Okay, so today I just wanted to make a little video just kind of explaining a little more about the containers with the 21-day fix. I know that I've had a lot of questions just about the program and especially about the containers, and some people just kind of being overwhelmed when they got their package and open it all up. So the first thing I would just say though is it is important just to take some time to kind of look through your book and try to get familiar with some of the things that are going on in the fix. Just take a few minutes and read through everything, and that will probably help a little bit. And I also just wanted to say that Beachbody spent, along with Autumn and different people, they spent well over a year, I believe I heard, trying to just come up with a program that would only be 3 weeks, that would be easy to follow along with, and that you could get great results fast. So if you are looking to kind of break past some plateaus that you've come to, or if you're really wanting to lose some weight quickly, then I would suggest following the program exactly as it's written. Like I said, they've really designed to get those results. It's important that you do the workouts every day and also try to follow along the meal plan. Of course, life happens and things happen, but it's only 3 weeks, so it is best if you are looking to really lose some weight a little more quickly. I would definitely follow the whole program as a whole. So the first thing you're going to want to do though is to get in your book, there's a page that'll say get started, and it'll kind of help you to figure out your how many calories you should be eating a day. So it'll take you through that, and then once you do, then you'll know which one you're in, and so it'll give you exactly how many containers you're supposed to eat a day. So you really will want to know which category you're in, and obviously stick to however many containers of each color you're supposed to be eating a day. So here are the containers. They're all color coded, and just about the containers, they are microwave safe and dishwasher safe. They say it's probably best to put them on the top shelf of your dishwasher, but they are safe to do that. So here's the greens. This is all listed in your book, what you would fill the green with. It's veggies, so your tomatoes, your broccoli, your cauliflower, your lettuce, and all of those types of veggie things are in the green. Purple is fruits, so you have your strawberries, your melons, banana, grapes, all fruits in there. Red is going to be protein, so it's your meats essentially, and also Shakeology, because it has a lot of protein in it, is worth one red. One scoop or packet of Shakeology is one red. And so this is your ground turkey, or turkey, steak, your chicken breasts, and there's a lot of other stuff listed in there too, your fish or pork tenderloin, all that kind of stuff. Yellow is going to be things like your sweet potatoes, your quinoa, your brown rice, your whole wheat tortillas, whole wheat pitas, and obviously you're not going to shove the pita in here, so it does list out for certain things, some oddly shaped things, how many of them equal one container. So that's all in your guide as well. Then you have your blues, which are kind of like your healthy fats. So obviously it's a little bit smaller, but that would be like your hummus, your nuts, avocado, those types of things. Oh, cheeses go in here. And then orange would be your seeds, like sunflower seeds, flax seeds. This is also what you would use. There's recipes in here for salad dressings, and so you would also use one of these for salad dressing. Um, so once you find out what group you're in, then obviously you want to keep track. So you have to figure out which way is the best to keep track for you. In the back, there is pages to keep track of each meal, how many you're eating, so you can keep up with your totals. But you also may find that you are a computer person and you want to make a spreadsheet to keep track, or you want to just do it separately, kind of pen and paper. And as you get going, you'll figure out kind of what works best for you. Oh, and I forgot to say too, you also get teaspoons. So those are things that you cook with, like coconut oil or olive oil, or your peanut butters, like peanut butter, almond butter, your nut butters. And then obviously it lists in here too your freebie things, which are like your waters and certain things to season your food with. Those are all freebies, and those are listed too. Cinnamon, things like that. So getting back to that, so you find out what group you're in, and then you'll be able to know exactly how many containers you're working with each day. And it does take a little bit of work your first couple days. You may feel kind of just frustrated because you're sitting there spending time figuring out. It will take some time to kind of figure out exactly how much to get in all your containers. You're going to have to spend a little time kind of planning out your day. But I just wanted to kind of take you through what a typical day looked like for me when I was doing the fix. I like to have my Shakeology for breakfast, so I would start the day off with that. So that would be one of my reds. And I also like to put some kind of fruit, whether it be frozen bananas or frozen strawberries. I normally always put some kind of frozen fruit. So what I would do is know that 1 scoop is a red, and I would also take my purple and I would measure out the fruit in here, and then I use the magic bullet, so whatever blender, whatever you use, and I would mix it all together, and I would keep track that I used 1 purple and 1 red. And then for my morning snack, I would a lot of days have Greek yogurt with strawberries. So again, it's 1 red and 1 purple. So I would put my Greek yogurt, and eventually you won't have to always measure it out, but in the beginning I measured out Greek yogurt in here to see exactly how much I should be eating, and filled the purple up with strawberries and combined them in a bowl, and that was my snack. And then for lunch, I did do a lot of salads with chicken. I found that I wasn't eating enough protein, that I actually had to work to get all my reds in for the day. So what I would do is take a chicken breast, and sometimes I would do it in bulk, sometimes just one at a time, but I would cook it and kind of cube it up, and so I could put it into the red and make sure I'm doing a red of that. And then you would have your greens. I would put my lettuce. Usually for a salad I would use 2 greens. So I would do some lettuce, carrots, onions, tomatoes, all that. I would fill up a green, dump it in, fill up another green, dump it in, put my chicken in. And then any other things I wanted to add to that. If I wanted to do avocado or feta cheese or something, that would be a blue. So I would know that I need to measure out in there and use that blue. And then sometimes I knew for dinner, say, that I wanted to use feta for my salad and for something for dinner. So I would go ahead and put the feta in the container and only use half of it for lunch, and then save the rest, knowing I could just use that for dinner. My afternoon snack a lot of times was veggies and hummus, and at this point in the day too, I like to sit down and think about, if I hadn't done it already in the morning, I would try to plan out what I was having for dinner. And once I knew what I was having for dinner, that kind of, I could see what containers I needed to use or shouldn't be using for my afternoon snacks. So that kind of helped. But sometimes I did veggies and hummus, sometimes more Greek yogurt. It just kind of depended on the day. And then for dinner, I liked to do things like a stuffed sweet potato. So what I would do is just measure out. I would cook a sweet potato, and that's a yellow. So then I would stuff sweet potato in here, so it kind of be like mashed sweet potato instead of stuffed. And I was surprised because a medium size, almost the whole thing did fit in there. So I did that, and then I would do some beans or some chicken or whatever, and I would measure out all of those things and kind of dump together and make one thing. Some nights I like to have breakfast for dinner, so eggs are also a red. I think it was 2 eggs are a red, it says it in your book. But so I would have, if I knew I was going to have eggs and then turkey bacon, I knew that that was going to be 2 reds just for dinner. So throughout the day, I made sure that I didn't eat too many of my reds for my other meals. I kind of knew that I was going to do 2 reds at dinner, so I wanted to alleviate one during the day. I also like to do veggie stir fry. I would fill up the green container again with my veggies, so cauliflower, broccoli, carrots, whatever else I wanted to stir fry, and then also measure out my chicken and then just kind of dump it all together and make a stir fry with seasoning and use my teaspoon of coconut oil and cook all that in a skillet. So there are things you can play around with and some options. I know at first it was kind of easier to just do straight, just like, oh, okay, I'm having chicken and broccoli and a sweet potato or whatever separately, but you can kind of make it work with other meals. For example, I made turkey chili one night, so I literally measured out everything. Like, I measured out the beans in my containers, and I was actually doubling up the recipe, so I knew I could have it as leftovers. So I filled up the containers with, I used the green, filled up the tomatoes, the tomato paste, all that stuff, measured it out as I was dumping it into the pot, and I doubled it so I would have, like I said, leftovers. But so there are ways to kind of make it work and not just have to eat the same things every day, but and I know for some of you, you're trying to plan with your family, so I didn't have to do that, so it's a little bit easier for me, but you totally could do that. So if you have you and your husband and maybe 2 kids or how many kids, when you're making something like the chili or something like that, or the stir fry, then you could just quadruple what you're making, knowing you're only going to eat a portion of it, but that, you know, you want to make sure you make enough for all of them. So I would just go ahead and measure out beforehand chicken for 4. So maybe 4 containers of chicken, 4 things of veggies, and then once it's all cooked, then you could kind of eye it to separate it out between all of you guys. Also on the fix, I'm not a huge wine drinker, so I didn't do it as much, but it does tell you how to add in wine and desserts also into your meal. Sorry, I'm trying to find it. So there's a page on that too, so it tells you exactly, and it's for some other drinks too, like milk and fruit juices and other things like that, because we're really focusing on eating water during the fix. But it does tell you, most of them replace a yellow container, and also for desserts it will tell you exactly how many containers to replace if you wanted to have some of that, and it also gives you some good recipes in here of things to make. And the last thing is also, it's best when you're doing this, I would say, to for sure eat at home when you can kind of regulate everything you're putting in your food, but I know sometimes going out to eat is an option that you need to have. So it also lists kind of a restaurant guide of what types of things you might be ordering and what colors those could be as well. So anyways, I hope that is helpful. I loved the program. The workouts were amazing, and I feel like sticking to that meal plan and doing the workouts really made some muscles that I've been working on show up quicker than I'd ever seen them before. So it's definitely an awesome program, and would love to help you get set up if you would like to get started on that. and just let me know what I can do to help. Bye.